This is the second part of the second lecture. Now we will stop with Unit 2, page 19. We will not take the rest of the unit. We will stop at page 19. Let's now take the tenses. How many tenses do we have in English? Of course, in Arabic, we have 3 tenses, the present, the past, and the future. But in English, we have 12 tenses. We have 12 tenses. Why do we have 12 tenses? Because every tense signifies a meaning. Because every tense signifies a meaning. Gives or signifies a meaning. What is the meaning of this? If you want, for example, to write on the timeline the present simple. Here we have the future. Here we have the past. And here we have the present. Where can we put the present simple? We will put the present simple all over the timeline. We will put it all over the timeline. Why is that? Because the present simple refers to something that is permanent. It refers to something that is permanent. What is the meaning of permanent? Lasts for a long time. It means daim, all right? So when you want to express an action that lasts for a long time, like a general fact or a habit, we use the present simple. A very simple example, like I drink coffee every day. When you say I drink coffee every day, this is my habit. It means that this is my habit in the present, this is my habit in the past, and this is my habit in the future. When you say a scientific fact or a general fact, like the famous fact, the sun rises from the east, this means that the sun rises from the east in the present, in the past, and in the future. Right? So the present simple will be throughout the timeline. It's permanent, right? What about the second tense, the past simple? The past simple will be a dot in the past, right? It's an action that started and ended in the past. It's an action that started and ended in the past. Like, for example, when you say I traveled, for example, to USA, it means that you travel to USA just one time, right? This doesn't mean that you will travel in the future or in the present. It's just an action that started and ended in the past to give an information that this action happened, all right? Like, for example, when you say I drank coffee yesterday, does this mean that I will drink, for example, tomorrow, or just I drink coffee every day? No, it means that this action happened in the past one time. When the speaker says I drank coffee yesterday, it means that the speaker wants to say that this action happened just one time, right? But when I say I drink coffee, it's not one time, right? It happened in the past, in the future, and in the present, all right? It's not one time. The third tense is the present continuous. We refer to the present continuous with a line like that, all right? So the present continuous highlights or focus on the idea that this action took a period of time. It's happening now, all right? So when you want to describe an action that is happening now and is taking time, taking period of time, you use the present continuous. Also, we use it in order to refer to something that is temporary, to refer to something that is temporary. What is the meaning of temporary? Temporary means lasts for a short period. So this is the opposite of permanent. Permanent means دائم, temporary means مؤقت, right? So when you say, for example, I live in Cairo, but this month I am living in Alex. We used for the action that is happening for a long time. I live in Cairo. This is what happens. But this month, this is temporary. I live in Alex. All right. So next month, I'll go back to Cairo. All right. I also use the present continuous to refer to future plan. Like, for example, I am traveling tomorrow. Or I am having a lecture tomorrow. So there is already a plan. What about the past continuous? The past continuous will be a line as well, but toward the past. So I also highlight the idea that it took a period of time, but this period of time is in the past, right? And of course, when there are two actions in the past, one that takes time, past simple cut it, all right? Like, for example, when you say, I was driving when you called me. I was driving when you called me. So I was driving, this means that this action was taking time in the future. And the other action, the cut it, in the past simple, when you called me, all right? These are for the first four tenses. The fifth one is the present perfect. We use the present perfect to refer to an action that started in the past and just finished in the present, all right? So, and just finished in the present. So when you, for example, want to highlight the idea that this action just finished in the present, you use the present perfect. Like when you say, for example, I have just got home, When you say I've just got home, it means what? It means that I cannot go out again. When, for example, in a conversation, someone tells you, let's go out, you say, I've just got home. It means what? That you are tired, you cannot go out again. So again, the present perfect refers to an action that started in the past and just finished and has its effect, all right, in the present. So we say has its effect in the present. So when you say, for example, I have just got home, it means what? It means that you cannot go out again, that you are tired. So what about the past perfect? The past perfect, when we have two actions in the past, the oldest one will be in the past perfect. The oldest one will be in the past perfect. All right? For example, when you say, I had gone home when you arrived. All right? So going home happened first, and then arriving happened next, right? So these are the six tenses that we will take today. All right. Now, as you know the meaning of each tense, let's now take a tense by tense. I will share with you the material for every tense. Like, for example, here in the present simple, that we said the present simple is permanent, right? That lasts for a long time. We use it when we use it for repeated action, for facts, things in general, or we can say facts. We can use it for fixed arrangements or scheduled events. Like, for example, the plane flies to London every Monday. This is a schedule sequence of actions. Like, first I get up, then I have breakfast. And with special verbs like the verb understand. The signal words are everyday, often, always, sometimes, and never. However, I don't want you to memorize signal words by heart. I want you to understand them, to understand the sentence. عايزاكم تفهموا الجملة أكتر من إن إحنا نحفظ signal words. Like, for example, let me give you an example. In signal words مش لازم تشير للزمن. If I say, for example, last year, or for example, I say every day, I went to swimming. Every day I went to swimming last year, or last summer, for example. This means last summer, this person went to swimming every day, right? Why we said I went to swimming, the past simple? Because of last summer. By sense, the meaning of the sentence, it refers to the past, not the present. So I want you to understand the sentence rather than memorizing the signal words. The form of course, we have I, we, you, they, infinitive, and he, she, it takes S or ES. And in the negative, we say the negative was don't or doesn't. And after them, the verb comes in infinitive. What is the meaning of infinitive? Without any addition. في المصدر. In all tenses في كل الأزمنة هيبقى عندنا two types of questions. We have WH question and we have yes and no question. WH question بيجي بعده the auxiliary verb or helping verb do, and then the subject, and then the verb in infinitive, like when do you finish work? Yes and no question start with do or does, like do you listen to pop music? And the passive will be am, is, are, and the present and the past participle. Like, for example, the class is taught by Mr. Tom and the flowers are planted by Mrs. Amanda. All right. So this is for the present simple. For the past simple, we said that for the past simple, it refers to an action that started and finished in the past. Like, for example, I visited Berlin last week. A series of completed action, like first I got up, then I had breakfast. The signal words would be yesterday, last week, a month ago, and in and whatever year, past year. The form we add, of course, there are regular verbs and irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, we add ed, and here are a list of the rules for the irregular verbs. We have adding, for example, d, like without ed, just adding d, and we have if, for example, a verb ends in y and before the y there is consonant. What is the meaning of consonant? We have vowels. We have vowels, a, I, e, o, and u, and the rest of the letters is called consonants, all right? Are called consonants. So we have, for example, B, C, D, and so on, right? يبقى vowels means حرف متحرك in Arabic, and consonant means حرف ساكن. If we have Y and then before the Y there is a consonant, the Y is turned into I. If before the Y there is a vowel, A, I, E, U, O, we keep it like it is, like played, stay, stayed, right? And here are other rules. Of course, in the negative, we use didn't, and then the infinitive, the verb as it is, like I didn't clean the room, and so on. As I told you, there are two types of questions, yes and no questions, and WH word questions. For the yes and no, we start with did, and then the verb is the subject and the verb in infinitive, like did you attend the party last night? The WH word questions like how did you manage living in quarantine? We have, for example, the WH word, we have why, what, how, How is the only word that starts with H, not WH? We have when, right? We have where. These are the WH words. And we have the passive. In the passive, we use was or were plus the verb in past participle, like the students were asked to do an experiment as a graduation project. So we use was and were plus past participle. Or were. So this is for the past simple. Of course, I just wrap up the tenses because I know that you already know the tenses, but I remind you of what you have taken at school. We have the present continuous. For the present continuous, we said that we focus on the action that took some time in the present, we use am, is, are, plus the verb plus ing, verb to be plus ing. And we have some irregular forms, like when the verb ends with e, we drop the e, and so on. We use it for an action that is happening now, for future arrangements, if we have a plan, right? The questions we have, the yes and no question, we start with is, are, and then the subject, and then the verb plus ing. And the WH word, we start with the WH word and then the same sequence of yes and no questions, like what are you doing right now? Or how is she doing these days? The passive, we use is, are plus being plus verb plus the past participle. Is, are plus being plus past participle. For the past continuous, it's the same. We have an action that took some time in the past, like, for example, I was riding my bike all day yesterday, or Joel was being a terrible role model for his young brother. So these are actions that took a specific or a period of time in the past. Was or were, the form is was or were plus the verb ing. We use it for actions happening at some time in the past, like at this time last week I was lying on the beach in Florida, or my mother was working in the garden, so she didn't hear the telephone when I called her yesterday. So here we have an action that took some time, and here is action that interrupted or cut it. We put it in the past simple. For example, when we have when, after when we have the short action that didn't take time, that happened, that started and ended in the past, will be in the past simple. And after while, we have the long action that took a period of time, which is we can write it in the past continuous. For the questions, we have yes or no question, and we have WH questions like the other tenses. yes or no, like were you watching me when I showed you how to do it, or was I walking too fast? So here we are using was and were, and then the subject, and then verb ing. WH word, like where were you standing when the trouble started, or why wasn't you waiting at the meeting point? The passive, we use was or were plus being plus past participle. Right? So if you remember, in the present continuous, we used is are plus being plus past participle. But here in the past continuous, we use was or were plus being plus past participle. Now we take the present perfect. We said that the present perfect refers to an action that started in the past and has its effect in the present, or just finished in the present. The form is have or has plus the past participle. Like I have cleaned my room. Result of an action in the past is important. As I told you, when, for example, you say, I have cleaned my room, so it's clean now. I will not clean it today. Recently completed action, like, for example, he had just played handball. Stating a state beginning in the past and still continuing, like, for example, we have lived in Canada since 1986. This means that they are living in Canada now. We use it also with lately, recently, and yet, because they refer to an action that just finished in the present. These are the signal words. And we have the yes or no questions like, have you ever gone ice skating? Had Jerry presented his ideas to the CEO yet? And the WH word, we will start with WH words like, when have I ever lied to you? Or why has Tanya left the country? For the passive, we use has or have plus been plus past participle. Like the work has been done by him, or the articles have been revised by them. The last tense today is the past perfect. We said that we use it with the simple past when there are two actions in the past, and the oldest one will be in the past perfect, and the newest will be in the past simple. Together with the simple past, like, for example, Mary had read the book before she watched a film. The past equivalent of the present perfect, he had played hockey. Signal words, there are no specific signal words for this tense. The form we have had plus past participle. Here are, of course, examples for everything. We have the questions, the yes and no question, like had I played handball, and we have the or, for example, had you cleaned up the mess by the time they came home, and the WH questions like what had they said that made him so angry. All right. The passive, we use had plus been plus the past participle. All right. These are for the tenses. Please, if you have any questions, I just wrap them up. يعني قلتهم بسرعة because I assume that you already know them. إن انتوا عارفينهم. But if you have any questions or any tense that you don't remember or you don't understand, please tell me and I'll explain them again. وقولوا لي وأنا هشرحهم تاني لو في أي tense انتوا مش فاهمينه أو مش متذكرينه. All right. So this is for our lecture today. See you next time, guys.